Let's do this.
It's showtime.
You're listening to the Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast.
These are just my thoughts.
With your host, LaRae Renee.
A woman, her thoughts, and a mic.
Are you ready? Check this out.
Hey y'all, it's LaRae Renee, host of Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. I missed you guys. Happy Friday Eve. Happy Self-Care Awareness Month. All of that. What are you guys doing to prioritize your self-care this month? You're supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to do it every day, but just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're doing what you got to do. For me, what I'm trying to do for self-care is to fall back a little bit from doing so much, because I'm always just on the go. I'm always trying to do something. I'm always trying to create something. I have several different platforms that I'm trying to manage and balance by myself. And so I'm always up and I'm always going, and I have so much screen time. I'm always on social media. I'm always on my computer. So I'm just trying to limit, put a cap on it. I'm trying to do better with taking my breaks at work, because a lot of times I don't. What else? I'm trying to make sure I start my day better. I'm trying to make sure I get the best supplements in me, because I don't always get to eat breakfast. So I'm trying to make sure I'm getting my herbal tea, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm taking my supplements, and, I'm starting my day off with devotionals, just things like that, trying to feed my soul. So make sure you guys are taking care of yourself, right? So, y'all, are you following me on Instagram? If you're not, make sure you go do that. Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast, Thoughts of a Blog Queen _podcast on Instagram. And if you are tuned in right now on Apple Podcasts, then if you have not already, go ahead and leave a review. Why haven't you left a review yet? Why haven't you rated it? And why haven't you left a review? And why haven't you subscribed if you have not subscribed? So do those 3 things. It takes you literally less than 3 minutes to do all of that. And it doesn't cost you anything. So help me out, hook me up, and do that. So y'all, what I wanted to have a little bit of fun with y'all. I wasn't on last week. Y'all know I flip-flop between here and the Pink Tea Chronicles podcast. Shout out to the last guest that I had on, Miss Shawnee Palmer. If you haven't checked out the last episode over there, go check that out. She's a really amazing spirit. But over here, so I feel like when I'm away, or I'm over there, I'm all about the, women supporting women, and I'm really trying to interact with my guests, and I'm trying to, just exchange that positive vibe. But when I'm over here, y'all know I talk my shit. And I feel like I can let my hair down over here. I feel like I can just really say what I want to say. After all, these are a woman's most intimate thoughts, right? So what I wanted to do with y'all today is I wanted to have a little bit of fun with you guys. And I wanted to talk about what a woman wants. And this is part 1, because there's so much shit that we want. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do it all in one episode. And so I decided that I was going to split it up. But the twist is that I'm going to do this alphabet style. So I'm going to run through the alphabet, and I'm going to give you all the things that we want alphabet style. And I think that depending on time, I'm definitely going to get through A through E with you guys today. And we'll see how I feel. We'll see what the time is looking like to see if I want to go, further than that. So this will be a really good episode to make sure you go ahead and send it to a man, and you should listen to this. You should tune in. This is going to be one of those episodes, because I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to say, I got us, right? I got us. And so I want to know what you guys what your thoughts are. So leave me a comment or send me a DM or something and let me know what you think. Let me know the things that I may have forgotten off of the list, and I will come back and I will shout them out. So with that being said, you guys, let's get started. So what a woman wants. I wanted to talk about this because, there are so many things that we as women that we need, that we want, and a lot of times we will sacrifice those things, or the man will lack those things, whether he knows that he, knows that's what we need or that we want. I don't know. I feel like the things that a woman wants are really like, I feel like you should just know. I'm not saying like, this isn't even like a, you got to be a mind reader type of thing. Because y'all know they try to come for us, right? Men try to come for the women and they're like, y'all think we're supposed to read minds. And these things that I'm going to run through, they're not even about, reading our minds. They're more so just about the things that you should just want to give us, the things that you should just know. Like, if you're on your grown man shit, sis, if he's on his grown man shit, these are the type of things that he should be giving to us, right? So let's get into this. All right, so I'm gonna kick it off with attention. We want some fucking attention. Listen, attention is like, we want that. We crave it. Like, for me, I want that attention from my man. Like, I want him to be, complimenting me and, telling me how much he misses me. And I want those good morning texts, and I want those, midday text messages, and I want those, just random, little nasty little text messages. I want all of that. I want that. I want the "what did you eat today" text messages. I want that, if we're in the house together, like, I want you to come and I want you to grab on my booty every now and then. Like, I want that. I want that attention. I want to lay up. I want you to rub your fingers through my scalp and all of that. I want you to do all of that. We need that. We need that attention from time to time. And I feel like not only does it, it's something that we need, because it's just like, okay, we know that we still have your attention. You know what I mean? Like, we know that he's still looking, he's still thinking about me, he's still, you know what I mean? So, like, that's why that was at the top of my list, the attention. Give her attention. Just, and how hard could that be? You know what I mean? Like, turn away from everything else that you got going on. I know, with the men that are hard workers and, they do a lot, and so a lot of times that's the reason that they give for maybe falling short of some of the things that they want. That, I've been working and, I just got a lot going on. Yeah, we know. And I'm glad that you work and all that good stuff, but we need the attention. We want it. Make sure you give her attention, because, listen, attention would not be hard to find. So make sure you give her that attention. And appreciation. We want appreciation for the things that we do. Like, I know for me, I'm a very thoughtful type of woman, right? So I like to do just random things for the person, for anybody really. But when I'm in a relationship, the person that I'm spending that intimate extra time with, or, I like to do little things. I like to cook a meal, and I like to, get something that I know you would appreciate. If I'm out somewhere and I see something and I know that you would like it, or, just whatever it is. I'm that type of woman. So if you're getting that from me, if I'm taking care of you and I'm spoiling you in that way, then I want you to show appreciation for that. I want you to acknowledge it. That's their acknowledge and appreciate what I've done or what I've been doing. Don't take that for granted, because listen, to be quite honest, they're telling us, stop doing all this wife shit if you're not a wife. But a lot of us we're nurturers. A lot of us are just like that. We just like to give, and we like to provide that, that treatment to a man that we really adore. And so we just want to be able to know that you appreciate what we're doing. Like, I don't know. Thank you. Say thank you. But by doing that, by showing your appreciation, it means that if I've gone out of my way for you, then you do some things for me, or just let me know that you appreciate it. Now listen, some of the things that I would like to have, maybe some women aren't necessarily like that. One of my strongest love languages is words of affirmation. So I like to hear how you feel. I like to hear and I like to read your thoughts and your feelings and your appreciation to me. And so, a nice card for me goes a long way, or waking up to a really long text messages that you just expressed some shit to me, like that goes far with me. Different women like different things. Y'all know I can only speak for myself, but I do know that we all like appreciation. So if she is fellas, if you're listening right now, if she is doing those extra things, a lot of the things that she doesn't even necessarily have to do, especially if you haven't wifed her up, if you have not put a ring on that thing, and she is going above and beyond for you, show some appreciation for her. Because she doesn't have to be doing a lot of the things that she does, but she chooses to do it because that's how much she cares about you. Right? All right, so moving on. B, bonding. We want to bond. Bonding time. We want that. Like, I know that a woman wants her man to be like her best friend. Not to say that will replace the woman. I mean, and for some it will, or the woman best friend. But we want to be able to have our man in our life as like the best friend. And we want to bond with you. We want to talk to you. We want to be able to, come home and talk to you about what happened, or at work, what crazy cousin did last week, or do you know what I mean? And just aside from that, but we just want to bond with you. Like, we want to be able to say, all right, listen, let's go do this, or let's spend that extra time together. As a person who has experienced a long distance relationship, I can tell you firsthand that bonding is very important in that aspect, because it's like when, we're apart for the majority of the relationship, but when we are actually together, it's those small bonding moments that just make it like, yes, like, even if it's just something like we're just going shopping together, or we are, I don't know, we going to the gym to work out together. Like, that's what we want though. Like, you don't have to always do everything separate. You know what I mean? And I know there can be like a fine line. Excuse me. I know there could be like a fine line between, that bonding time, especially if you're living with the person. So there still has to be, you guys have to have your own lives and your own space, but there still has to be, we got to keep it fresh. And especially if we're living together, because situations like that are we can easily let, when we're already living with our significant other, we can take that time and it's just kind of like, okay, well, she's here, so that's bonding. We under the same roof, that we bonding. We going to bed at the same time, we bond. That's not bonding. Bonding is actually doing some things together, some quality time. That's what it is. We want to be able to have these moments with just you and know that that's, we're bonding, or just something that we can do together, something different. Let's do some different. Let's go jump out of a plane together. Not really, not me. I'm not jumping out of nothing, but I'm just I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. Like, let's go sip and paint if that's something that neither one of us did. Let's experience different things to add to this list of memories that we're going to have of things that we bonded and we did together for the first time, and we're going to always remember this. Whatever that experience may be for you guys, just make sure you make it count. And that's, that means so much to us. Like, I don't know if you guys really understand how much we really do love to be around you, and we love to have your company, and we love to, we need our own space. Don't get me wrong. We want our own space, but we like to be able to do those type of things with you because it builds a connection. It continues to build the connection that we already have, and we like it. You know what I mean? So, bonding time. Here's another one. balance. Balance. So when I say balance, I kind of mentioned a little bit about what I meant by that. Balance being, make sure that if you are a hardworking man and you have, all these things going on in your life, make sure, and kudos and bravo and hand claps and hats off and all of that to the hardworking man. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But yes, we can appreciate a hardworking man. I know I want a hardworking man. I don't want no lazy man. I don't want no man that does not have no ambitions, no drive, no motivation. I don't want that. No woman does. But you got to find the balance. You got to find the balance. Like, I know that had been an issue in a few different relationships that I can think of. Whereas work was a big thing and time, like, for me, at the time, like, I'm just thinking of past relationships and things, but being a single mom, we have our time is kind of mapped out a certain type of way. So we have we have times when we can really have that special time, that intimate time or whatever for our relationships, but we just need to make sure that there's a balance. And so for men, when you're a hardworking man and you have your businesses that you're trying to, build, or, you work in these long hours and you're trying to, take care of business, make sure that if you have decided that you want to be in a relationship, if you have made that commitment to be in a relationship with someone, make sure that you are figuring out a way to balance it all out. Because if not, then you don't need to, you can't occupy a woman's time and say that you want to be all in with this person, but not find the balance in the relationship. You have to make sure you make time for that, because listen, what are we doing? This is how, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. This is how, when you don't pay her any attention and you don't put enough time and energy into your relationship, and it's always work, this is how she begins to get idle in the relationship, number one. And then when she gets idle in the relationship, she begins to get bored. And then when she gets bored, then she's starting to creep back into maybe old things that she used to do, maybe, going back out a little bit more, starting to hang out. And that's not all women. But I know that it can be for some. And if you don't want your woman hanging out and doing all this single woman shit, then you need to make sure that you are figuring out a way to balance the relationship and everything else that you have going on. Like, what do they say? A person who wants to make time, they will. Period. If he wants to make time, he will. So make sure that you are creating that balance. Like, if you have all of this time to do this and you have all of this time to put your energy into that, make sure that you are putting all of your energy into your relationship as well. Dedicate that time. Make sure, like get creative with it. If Friday nights has to be for her, make the Friday night is date night, nothing else. Not working overtime. I'm not going to go kick it with Corey and them. No, Friday night that's for bae, and that's just it. Create a routine. Create something that is just for her, because that's gonna make her feel really, really good about it. Like, that he did that. He made that time. He stuck to his word, and this is what we do. So we'll be looking forward to it. We will have all week long where we done got pissed off at work, but we're looking forward to Friday because that's date night with bae, and we get to get cute and do whatever. So balance. Create that balance. Right? So y'all still with me? Y'all still hanging in there? All right. So moving right along. C, consistency. That was a dead giveaway. Consistency. We want consistency from y'all. I'm talking to the men that might be listening to this. I'm hoping that my ladies, my audience, I'm hoping that you guys shared this with someone. Hype this episode up and let them know y'all need to listen to this series. However many episodes it is, I'm only going to try to do maybe 2 or 3 episodes in this, 2 or 3 episodes in this series, but consistency. Why can't y'all be consistent? Why can't y'all be consistent? I'm hand clapping on y'all. Know I mean it. Be consistent. Don't stop being the way that you were when you first got us, number one. Don't do all of this stuff in the beginning, the first 6 months of the relationship. Everything was like, oh, you sweeping mama off her feet, just doing all of this amazing stuff. And then 6 months in and 2 days later, it's just dry. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to her. Don't do that to my sis. Listen, we want consistency. Continue to do how you got her is how you are going to have to keep her. And now that's likewise. That works both ways. But I'm not talking to my ladies on this one. And maybe I'll do what a man wants. And I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. But how you got her is how you need to keep her, right? So make sure you do that. And also with consistency, let me tell you something. And I don't know if this is coming from my brain from a woman who has had to deal with trust issues in the past, but let me tell you something. When I say be consistent, I mean don't switch things up. Because when you switch things up, and I'm not saying that, oh, you have to stick by this like tight schedule. I have to make sure I text her at 8:05 a.m. I don't mean it like that, but when you start switching things up, that's when you're going to start having her side-eyeing your ass. When if you all of a sudden just start switching things up and you're not doing the same things that you normally do or that she is expecting you to do, when you throw things off, that's when things start to get a little bit shaky, because then now she's like, well, why, he used to do this. What's up? So then she's going to start coming at you like, well, what's up with this? And then y'all going to be feeling like, oh, she nagging, or she coming at me, or here we go. You don't want to deal with all that, but you don't have to deal with all of that if you stay consistent. My G, that's it. Stay consistent. I'm not even going to go anymore to that. Y'all just stay consistent. And then here's another one, which is, y'all could probably guess what this one is. Communication, right? Communication. And listen, this is a big thing. And as cliche as it might sound, when they say you can't have a relationship if you don't have communication, that is dead ass a fact. The communication or lack thereof will definitely break down a relationship for the worse if it is not there, if it is not effective, because not all communication is good communication. Let me just say that. Number one, if you're trying to deal with all of your problems via text, that is not great communication. I know there's a time and a place for everything. You don't always have the opportunity to talk or do face to face, and something can come up, but stop trying to handle everything via text message. And stop trying to feel as though your ego is so big that you don't have to express your feelings to us, because we need that from you. We need that side of you. You are men, right? So you're out into the world and you're leaders and you're strong and you're kings and you're holding it down, and that's fine. And you are around your boys and you have this, this certain, type of, status that you have to uphold, and that is fine. That's absolutely fine. But when you are with your woman, that should be your safe place, right? That should be your safe place to be able to talk about how you feel, and it's not like, you shouldn't feel any type of way. You shouldn't feel embarrassed. You shouldn't feel ashamed. You shouldn't feel like and if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel like this woman that you have in your life is where you can express feelings and really sit down and look at her face to face and talk to her and say exactly how you feel, you need to reevaluate that, because your relationship should be your safe space. You should be able to talk about anything with that person. And it feels good. It's a blessing to have when you have that person in your life. When you have that woman who is actually like really in tune with you and is really just, sit down and, oh, you want to talk? Okay, you have all of my attention. Communicate. Let me know what's going on. Communicate before you start going out there doing stupid shit. Before you start feeling like you got a wandering eye. Before you start feeling like things aren't the same. She done wore that damn bonnet to bed one too many damn times and you sick of it and you're getting a little turned off. Before you start feeling any type of way, communicate that to her. Sit her down on some real shit. I'm telling you, we will appreciate the honesty. And don't be trying to hurt my sis' feelings either. Don't be trying to hurt her feelings, but do it in a way that is nurturing, but keep it real. Like, we can appreciate that from you guys. Because before you go do something else, before it gets to the point where there was a point of no return, you should be able to talk. Or not even on that aspect. If you've had a shitty day, a shitty week, a shitty month at work, and it's just really like getting above your head with it, and you're being real snappy, and instead of, because we're gonna ask questions, we're gonna try to find out what's wrong with you, because if you're acting different or if the vibe is off, we want to know what's wrong, because we want to try to fix it, we want to help you, we want to take care of our men. So if there's something going on and it's just kind of one of those things, instead of brushing it off, instead of snapping, instead of just like making us wonder, instead of going off and being by yourself, maybe you really wasn't doing anything shady, you really just wanted to go be by yourself, just communicate that to us. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just communicate that to us, because we will appreciate that and we will understand that this is a moment. This is a moment that this man needs to have this time. This is something that he's going through. Anything that it is, feel vulnerable enough to talk about it with your woman. It's okay for you to be able to say, this is what's going on. If there's a problem, talk about it. If I got an attitude and you're sick of my attitude and it's been going on for the past 3 or 4 days and you want to figure out, you like come to me, come correct now. Don't come at me crazy, but come to me and talk to me and let me know, you've been feeling like I've been really having an attitude lately and you want to know what's up. Like, communication is everything. And here's this is one of the things that really drives me crazy about dealing with men, where you think that everything is an argument. Everything is not an argument. And I do realize that there is a way that we have to say things for you guys to actually grasp that concept, because it's like we have to kind of, we have to come at you a different type of way, a certain type of tone. So it's like, all right, express yourself, ladies. Express yourself in a way that is not coming off so strong, because when you immediately come full force at them, they're going to shut down. They're going to shut down. But not everything is an argument, and it pisses me off that conversations will get shut down, or there will be misunderstandings, or there will be, things will go left because a person is feeling like, oh, this is an argument, and I don't got time to argue today. I'm not doing this with you today. Y'all love to say, I'm not doing this with you today. You're going to do this with me today, because we're communicating. We're not arguing, we're communicating. So sit your ass down and communicate, right? So, and I probably could go on and on with that, but yeah. So just a recap so far: attention, appreciation, bonding, balance, consistency, and communication. Moving right along to dependability. We want y'all to be dependable. And there's really not a whole lot that I have to say about that. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you got me, make sure you got me. If you say you're going to be here for me, just make sure you're going to be here for me. We just want to make sure that we can depend on you. You know what I mean? Like, we just want to make sure that your word is bond. We want to make sure that at the end of the day, we don't have nobody else to turn to. We want to make sure that you, as the man, I can depend on you. I can depend on you to not only be there for me, when I need you, but also I want to depend on you to be who you need to be in this relationship. So when you're out and about and we're not together, you're out there and you represent me in a sense, right? So act accordingly. I want to depend on you to know that you're not out there acting crazy. You're not out there doing anything stupid. You're not out there making me look stupid, right? That's it. Dependability. Dominance. Now listen, this one is, all right, dominance. That's not to be confused with control. That's not control, but dominance. And I mean dominance, and I mean that in like, I mean that in a sexy way. Like, we want you guys to, take control of the situation. We want you guys to be dominant. We want you guys to tell us what it is that you want and take us. And listen, we're all adults here, right? So I don't think that I have to give out disclaimers about what I mean by take it. I don't mean anything that is forced or anything like that, but y'all know we all grown here, so y'all get it. So dominant, so take it and control and be, don't just say what you want and say how you feel and just be strong about it and be unfiltered about it and just be dominant. Like, let me know what's up. Like, women like that shit. I'm telling y'all, we like that. We like that. We don't like no, sometimes we might have our little moments and stuff where we want to take control and all of that stuff like that. But a lot of women want the man to be dominant. We like when you make that first move. We like when you chase us. We like when you tell us, I'm coming over 7:00, be ready, wear heels, and put on that red dress I like. Like, we like that shit, right? I mean, that's the type of stuff that we like. So don't be afraid to do that, because that we need that. We need that spice. Keep it spicy. That's all. Keep it spicy. And I was gonna skip past this, but I'm gonna give y'all a little bonus. But y'all already know what the other D is. The D. We want the D. The D. We want the D all of the time. Maybe listen. Family members, don't fast forward if you don't want to hear me talk about this. But we want the D, and we want to have a healthy sexual life. Like, we want to have listen, the older, I feel like this, and this is very common, and if you read up on, just different statistics, a lot of times as we get a little bit older, women, we reach our sexual, peaks, and we are, we have very high sex drives, and we have mastered the art of, what we need for our, pleasure, what we like, what we want, what feels good. And so we want that itch to be scratched, and we just want a really healthy and fun and sexy, intimate life with you. And so, don't get lazy and just make sure you take care of sis. That's it. That was a little bonus. I'm gonna move along though. So, all right. So moving right along into E, and I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna end this one at E, and then I'll come back for part 2 on the next episode. So, empathy. We want you guys to really understand, put yourself in our shoes and be able to understand what it is that we might be going through, how we might be feeling. Whether, there's just some things that you don't understand, that you won't really completely understand if you're not a woman. Same thing like with us not really being able to understand certain things when it comes to men, because we are not the same. So we just want you guys to have empathy for certain things that we may be going through. A lot of women go through phases where we're really very emotional, and we're feeling all types of different emotions just in one day, and hormones are crazy, and just a lot of things that we're trying to do. I want you guys to be empathetic to that. Also, just kind of understand, put yourself, because a lot of times some men, I'm going to tell you guys will do things, or you guys will act a certain type of way and then really not, or act like you don't understand why we are responding that way, or why you got that type of reaction from us. But it's like, dude, look what you're doing. Look at what you're doing right now, or look at how you've been acting, or whatever the case may be. But you're tripping about the response you got from me. You're tripping about the reaction that you got, when really it's like, how else was I supposed to react? So you have to put yourself in my shoes. If it was the other way around, how would you feel if I did this, or if I did that, or if you were put in this position, or if time and time again you got to deal with this type of crap? Like, how would you feel if that were you? Right? So I say that to say, like, come on, be mindful. Like, be mindful of what your girl has to go through, your wife, your woman, whatever. Make sure you realize that we go through a lot of stuff too. And we have to, it's like, for us, we have always been told that we always have to be the strong ones, and we have to be the nurturers, and we have to take care of everything, and we have to take care of the home, and we do a lot, and we work all day long, and we take care of our kids, and we're always the go-to for the kids, and then we're trying to do, we have our own dreams that we're trying to pursue, and so sometimes help us with the load, like, if you know that I've been having a long week or a long day or whatever, like, take it upon yourself to maybe you do this for this particular day. You be the one to cook dinner tonight, or you be the one to go and do this, or, you know what I mean? Like, certain things, sometimes we don't want to ask. It's like, we just want you guys to just do certain things, or just understand certain things, or just be mindful of certain things. And we don't want to have to ask you to do it. We just want you to do it. And again, that's not saying that you guys have to be mind readers, but it's just like, if you know that I told you earlier today that it's been a rough day, and that, I got some bad news a couple of days before, and that, like, just be empathetic to the fact that as a woman, we're already doing a lot of things, and that, 4 or 5 days out the week, we're cooking, and we're doing this, and we're the ones to go pick up the kids or whatever. And so if that is the case, just make sure that you are, trying to put your best foot forward too, and you're trying to be helpful to the situation, and you're trying to, like, help us, make it work. That's it. So, that's what I mean by being empathetic. And last on my list, entertainment. We want entertainment. We want to have fun. We want you guys to make us laugh. We don't want no boring ass relationships. And we want entertainment. We want we want it to be just new and fresh and just fun, and let's do stuff. Let's go out. Let's make this relationship fun and keep it that way. Especially if this is someone that you've married, and you've vowed to spend the rest of your life together. Never stop having fun with your wife. Never stop treating your wife like that female that you were trying to get in the very beginning. Keep it fun. And those vacations without the kids, just the two of you, and plan things, plan dates. Like, a lot of times women will be the ones planning everything, and then you guys will just go along with it. But sometimes we would just want you guys to plan something, right? We just want you guys to do something nice, and that's what we look forward to, right? So just don't forget to keep it fresh. So I'm gonna wrap it up, you guys, and what I was gonna do was end this off. Let me see if I can shout out a review of the week for you guys. I I like to end the show with shouting out a review of the week. And I should have had one already ready for you guys, but I did not. But I am going to pull one up for you guys. Hang tight. Let's see. Okay, so here's one. Here is a good one. This is from a fella too. This one says, and it's a 5-star review, my type of show, Chilling with Juice. And I believe he has a podcast on as well. So make sure you guys check him out too. And I think that is the exact name, Chilling with Juice. I love it when I'm looking, and sorry if I got the name wrong, but I think that is the exact podcast name. I love it when I'm looking for a podcast to listen to throughout my day. This is one of my go-to shows. You should make it yours too. So shout out to Juice for hooking me up with a good review. As podcasters, we got to support each other in this whole platform, this whole community that we have going on. We have to make sure that we just uplift one another and support one another. As Black podcasters, we have to make sure that we continue to support one another. And so thank you for that. I appreciate it. If you guys have not already left me a review, do that. I think that's all I got for you guys. Again, if you aren't following me already, make sure you go and check me out on Instagram, Thoughts of a Blog Queen _podcast. I have a second podcast, which is Pink Tea Chronicles _podcast on Instagram as well. I am in the 3rd season right now. We're doing the tea party, which means I'm having a guest on every episode. If you are possibly interested in being a guest, you can hit me up, send me an email to sharonpinkpromos@gmail.com, or head over there and send me a DM on that Pink Tea Chronicles _podcast page. And yeah, so that's it, you guys. If you are interested in advertising on the show, you guys can send me an email to blogqueenpodcast@gmail.com, and I can send you the information as far as advertising or sponsoring a month of the show. And that's it, y'all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I just wanted to do something a little bit different with you guys, and I wanted to go through What a Woman Wants. We wrapped it up A through E, so this is part 1. I will be back on the next episode with part 2. So until next time, you guys, peace and blessings. Have an amazing weekend.
Let's do this. You're listening to the Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast.
These are just my thoughts.
With your host, LaRae Renee.
A woman, her thoughts, and a mic.
Are you ready? Check this out.